Hello everyone, and welcome to a mod spotlight in my mod spotlight world. Oh man, what could this be? Anyway, let's get started with a new mod. Well, it's not necessarily new. It's been out for a couple months now. However, it's got a new update, and now it's on the Curse Forge website, which means it's easier to download. So many people are probably going to try it. So, let's look at Redstonic. This is version 1.4, and it introduces new swords, too, so we actually can look at those, too. Redstonic requires a couple mods. It either requires EnderIO or Thermal Expansion. Thermal Expansion obviously has a whole bunch of other prerequisites, including Thermal Foundation, CFH Core, etc., etc. But I went with Thermal Foundation because Thermal Expansion, because I find it a lot more fun. Whatever. Let's get started. So, you need a Redstonic modifier to get started, and whenever you place this down in the world, which costs just a bunch of iron, whenever you place this down in the world, you will get, for the first time, you'll get a Redstonic manual. Of course, I've already placed down this one in the world, so I've already got one. You can see in the chat that it says, you were given a Redstonic manual. This will teach you a whole bunch of things, so we will get into some of this. Okay, let's go. So, Redstonic. The Redstonic modifier, I'll take all this out because I was just testing some stuff, requires three things. It requires, for the drill at least, it requires a drill head, a drill body, and a flux capacitor. For the sword, it requires a sword blade, a sword handle, and a flux capacitor. Now, flux capacitors, if you have EnderIO, can actually be crafted from Redstonic itself, and it has a whole bunch of other recipes, but we don't have EnderIO. Therefore, it's missing. Therefore, we don't know what to do with it. So, you can't use these. Or you can't craft them. You can still use them. See, it still has an energy bar. And I think you can still charge it up using RF. But, we won't be using those. We'll be using the thermal expansion ones. So, there are many different types of drill heads in this game, or in this mod. And some of them require certain bodies, and some of them don't. Most of them don't, actually. But each of these drill bodies, the reason why you want certain ones, have certain different types of augments. Now, augments are upgrades, and these are the augments here. The green ones are for your drill, the red ones are for your weapons. So we will get into that shortly. Now, let's get started. So, if we want a really fast drill, for example, then we're going to want a gold drill head, which is very fast. We're going to want, just for testing purposes, obviously, early game you won't be able to get this, but an EnderIO drill head, we'll want a flux capacitor. We'll go with resident, and then we can hit assemble. Bam! We have a golden EnderIO Redstonic drill. Now what's this do? Well, if you remember the IC2 drills, which could mine both dirt and cobble, or dirt and stone, this can do the same. It can mine anything you want, as long as it's not in a tree, for example. That's all fine and dandy, but let's get on to what this really does. By the way, you won't get the full charge of the capacity whenever you do this. As you can see, this is almost fully charged, and this is not even close. There's a percentage. But the reason why there's a percentage is because of the augment system. There are different augment systems. For example, let's get a speed 2 augment on there. And let's get a energy augment on there. And we have one more augment, and we will probably just go with magnet. Why not? Now this has a bunch more energy that we can hold, which we will charge up. We'll see how much of the capacity can hold now. Come on. This is why I had this, and I had this for testing. I'm so smart. Look at me. Not even close to full charge. Look how much of that holds. 8 million compared to like the 20 million that the resident capacitor can hold. So it's about 40% with the with a high tier capacitor, and we will see that once I'm able to disassemble this sucker, which is now. Yeah, roughly about 40%. So, this should be able to mine faster. And it automatically puts it in your inventory. How fancy. But you might be asking yourself, okay, that's cool. But what if I want a different head? well, as long as it's not the end drill, which, by the way, is very expensive. Very, very expensive. Then you can pretty much use any other head you want. Now, some of them do 3x3 mining. For example, this one does 3x3 mining. It's a heavy one, and we should be able to... Oh. It must be only stone. Oh, yep, it's only stone. But look at that. That's crazy, huh? We'll go ahead and pillar back up. It's crazy, huh? It's just going to get back into our magnets. We'll just grab it and get out. So that's the heavy drill. And, of course, some of these are self-explanatory by the tool tip. We'll just put this in there, disassemble it. 3x3 mining, you have the medium, very fast and fast. 3x3 fortune 4. It's a pretty nice one to have. I'd recommend having that one. But it's slower than the other ones, so that's, yeah. You also have Silk Touch, Auto Smelt, and the instant one. But this instant one, while very expensive, also requires a very expensive ultimate drill body, which, as you can see, has a max augment of 0. It's basically meant for instant mining of anything, but that's it. It can't do anything else. Which is fine when you get to the end game of some mods where you have automated mining and stuff, and then you don't need like a Fortune 4 drill, so that's fine. It's actually pretty well balanced in that terms, but everything's really expensive, so like everything's really expensive. Pretty cheap Fortune 4 though, in my opinion. You just need a couple diamonds. Anyway, so that is the drill capacity, which we will go ahead and stick with the very fast one, just for the remainder of this video. Drill. Let's look at the swords. Now, these have different swords blades, and each different sword blade has a different base damage output. We'll go with the highest one, obviously. EnderIO. It requires a block of EnderIO and 2 iron ingots. Very, very expensive for the price. Good need a lot of ender pearls for that. And you also need a different redstonic handle, which requires a redstone infused stick, which is a stick in a fluid transposer. So we'll get an EnderIO redstonic handle. And we'll need another flux capacitor, but we'll just use a redstone one for now. And we now have a redstonic sword. Look, it's so fat. It's pretty cool, actually. 11 heart damage. Heart in red. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Also, it will track the amount of kills you have, which is very cool as well. But the best part is, well, 11 heart damage? Let's do better. Let's see about the augment system. We got fire, you got looting, you got the berserker ones, which is probably what you want. So, I think you want berserk 1, and then berserk 2, and then obviously we want looting. Assemble. Ooh. Look at this, now it's red and blue. Now it does 16 hearts, which isn't very... I wonder if you can do 2 Berserk 2s. I didn't test this part. I just assumed you couldn't. Now you can. So you can do 2 Berserks, and then a Fortress, and you get a plus 16 hearts, which is pretty cool. That's plus 5 hearts. Now I don't know if this is hearts or attack. It might... Judging by the name, it's probably hearts. So let's see. If this is actually his hearts, which is 16 hearts, which is 32 damage, it should be able to one-shot a zombie with... Yeah, that zombie's dead. Should be able to, and did. Let's see what else it could probably kill. Well, actually, let's use Wayla and see how much damage it does to an iron golem. HP is 100. This should do 32, so it should have, do the math, 68, yeah. Oh, God. Didn't even think about that, but yeah, it's a powerful sword. That is a very, very powerful sword. It takes a lot of RF to do those, too, though. So yeah, that's actually hearts, which, judging by the name, I should have thought it would have been hearts, but it's hearts, which is why it doesn't say attack damage, it says heart damage. So, very powerful. I like it. And that's pretty much all this mod has to offer. There's one more thing I'll show you. The driller, which is a block. It's actually a block. It's a machine. You can look in your Redstone manual and look for machines, and it's a block. So what does this do? Well, it's pretty cool. Place it out in the world. I think you have to facing the orientation that you want it to look at. And then just put, well, let's put a blazer drill head in this one, and let's put a fortuitous one in this one. Now let's get some things. Let's get iron ore, and let's get some diamonds. Diamond ore. Now, this has the blazer one, which means it should, in theory, auto-smelt this iron. I got an iron ingot pack. Now this in theory, which this might be RNG, this might not get me 1 diamond, but it should get me more than 1 diamond. It gave me 2. That was 1. There's another 1. Another 1. There's another 2. Probably have more luck doing it yourself, it looks like. But, yeah, it has fortune on it. It's pretty cool. You could basically, if you have a autonomous activator right here, or a block placer of any sort, place the ore, have this fortunate, and get it sucked back up in your world. Pretty cool. That's basically what this mod adds. Redstonic swords and redstonic drills. Swords are in the newest edition of the mod, which is version 1.4, I believe. Let's see, it should say somewhere in here. I don't know. Pretty sure it's 1.4. But thank you so much for watching, guys, of my mod spotlight of Redstonic, which is a really cool mod. And I will see you guys for a series, maybe? I don't know. And maybe some other stuff. I will see you guys next time.